from our point of view, yes. But that's the, like, wanting to be a good citizen, just to be this kind of normal citizen person, living life like other people do. Of course, they want that. They desire to have that. They just don't know how to get there. And, that addiction sometimes is so strong that that's what they've known, for however long, they've been using whatever substance it is. And, it's a scary thing, that change to say, oh my gosh, can I do this?
The road to recovery is more than a decision. It's a dedication. A vow to spend time at treatment centers, doctors' offices, and trying to mend the bridges they've burned with the loved ones surrounding them. I spoke with multiple informants for the creation of this project. The addict, Angela Franklin, Lexi Franklin, the daughter of the addict, and Pamela Ramsey, a representative from Neil Kennedy Recovery Center. This is an attempt to recreate the factors leading up to Angela Franklin's decision from various perspectives. My childhood wasn't as one would think. I remember I used to get jealous of other girls at school because their mothers would be volunteering in the library and in the cafeteria, and she was great when I was younger, but as I got older, I didn't even know where she was half the time. She looked at me with the kind of smile on her face that to this day just sends chills down my spine. It's a loose smile, one that doesn't really meet the eyes. I was about 6 or 7 when this happened, and I can still see her sitting on the ground in the supermarket, losing her mind. It happened pretty fast, and the next thing I knew, an elderly woman that worked at the supermarket was holding my hand and hugging me and reading a book to me. I remember her name was Joy. She read to me while we were waiting for my dad. I saw her getting put into the back of an ambulance, and that was the last time I'd seen her in 3 months. This is a happy story. A story of a decision made to have a better life. Unfortunately, it always hasn't been. And not a lot of people can say the same. My informant is only one of the many struggling with addiction to heroin. What does an addict face prior to thinking about recovery? And how does Ohio fit into this?
Only on News 5, much of the nation is searching for an answer to the devastating heroin epidemic.
But none so much as Ohio, which is #1 in the country when it comes to heroin deaths. News 5's James.
Difficult to look at. It shows a West Virginia couple passed out in the front of their car. East Liverpool police say they overdosed on heroin, the couple did, and they had to be revived with Narcan. But the heartbreaking part is that their 4-year-old boy is right there in the back seat.
And paramedics race to the scene of another heroin or opiate overdose.
It's powerful more than anything that you can imagine.
Sir, can you hear me?
It's a race against time, the difference between life and death.
Why would somebody do this? Why would they push themselves to the brink of death?
Heroin is considered to be amongst the most dangerous of drugs due to its extremely high potential for abuse and dependence. There are 3 ways to use this drug: smoking, snorting, and injecting. Injecting is the most common way, as traveling through the bloodstream is a much quicker way to reach the brain. But this is also the most dangerous way. When using heroin, enzymes in the brain convert the drug back into morphine. Once in this form, it quickly binds to opioid receptors within the brain. This action triggers sensations of pain relief and euphoria. These are more intense than the endorphins the body produces naturally. The reason this happens is likely because the levels of dopamine when using heroin are greater than the amount naturally produced by the body for pain and pleasure. Using heroin can increase the body dopamine levels up to 10 to 15 times the normal level. After a long period of time using heroin and getting used to the elevated levels of dopamine in their systems, individuals can build a tolerance to the drug. After the use of the drugs, pain signaling pathways in the body can become overactive, which means the user may need more and more heroin to regain the feeling of normal, thus creating an addiction. Using this drug long-term can affect various areas of the brain. Areas such as the prefrontal cortex and the medial temporal lobes, which are associated with long-term memory, decision-making, complex thoughts, and social behavior. This means that a heroin user can have difficulty with processing emotions, remembering things, their skills to plan, and their skills to critically think and problem solve. And how do you define the word addict?
To me, an addict is a person whose body has become dependent on a substance and will do whatever necessary to get that substance.
Could you tell me 4 factors that impacted your decision to become a recovering addict?
1, I was hurting my loved ones all the time. I was always sick and tired. I never had any money, and I was not being responsible or a productive member of society.
Can you tell me a little bit more about those factors? Maybe list them from what's most important to you and what's least important to you?
Yes. Number 1, I hated letting my friends and family down. Everything always came before them. I could have lost them all in my addiction, and I knew I was slowly killing myself. Number 2, I was always sick and tired. I just wanted to wake up in the morning and be like a normal human being. I never felt rested, just never felt good. Number 3, I was never having any money. I couldn't buy the things that I needed or wanted. Which in turn made me steal and do things that I normally would have never done. And number 4, not being a responsible person. I could not be counted on for anything. I was not being a productive member of society. Addiction made my children not want to be around me and afraid of me. It made me a very untrustworthy person. I couldn't be depended on for anything or anyone. It made me into a liar and a manipulator. It is a life or death battle that I intend to win. The road to recovery is very long. I will be on this road for the rest of my life. Once an addict, always an addict. Right now, I choose to become a recovering addict.
If you or someone you know is facing substance addiction, please call the Drug Abuse Hotline at 1-877-310-9512.